Hello and welcome to Wingin It, and welcome back for another game of Wingspan from the World Cup 2024. We're still in this regional qualifying stage, and we've got another game coming up right here. So we are going second yet again. Feels like a bit of a theme so far in these qualifying games, but hopefully we'll get off to a good start on this one. What have we got in our starting hand here? Okay, we've got some interesting options. I mean, Rainbow Lorikeet and Piebald Grebe, both excellent early game birds for card draw and food gaining, of course. Tui, always an interesting one. I feel like sometimes that's worth keeping just in case of a strong Forest Brown power, which there are plenty that my opponent could potentially play. What I saw in the tray was not the strong Forest Brown power, but the rough for sure. The teal power, I'm sure they'll be picking that up. We'll have a quick look. Okay, just the two cards. But yeah, potentially, I suppose they might spend the Nectar, but certainly I think picking up the rough is going to be vital for them early on. And yeah, do we keep the Tui or do we just go with these? We'll look at the bonus card if that matters. Probably not. These are both pretty weak bonus cards, to be honest. Yeah, that's a tricky one. We don't really have anything that hits either of them other than the goose working for bird feeder, which I'm not sure is enough reason alone for keeping the goose. So yeah, probably go passery purely because it needs fewer birds, but these are both pretty drab. How's the feeder looking? Okay. Well, that's a bit of a problem if we want to go with this Lorikeet, because we need to spend the Nectar for it. And of course, there's no Nectar there to gain. Yeah, that is an issue, so might have to get a bit creative here. Maybe we have to force it down with some other food, or maybe spend some food to reset the feeder to get that going. But I think that's probably going to be the keep here, so we will lock that in. And yeah, as I say, I think it's going to be Lorikeet, get a bit of food, get the Grebe down, do some digging. Only time will tell if we should have kept the Tui or not. But I think in the absence of a good Forest Brown power in the tray, it's a gamble to keep it. So they did grab the rough, did keep the Nectar. I think that makes sense. Nothing else really there that's worth grabbing. Let's play this Lorikeet. So we are gonna gamble a little bit. This might not be wise, but we're gonna spend a food to reset this feeder, which I don't often do. It's quite an unusual choice to go and do that. But it will reset the feeder, and we have a pretty good chance of finding a Nectar. So hopefully we do. To be honest, I could just wait. I could just play the Grebe. Maybe I could have just played the Grebe and just drawn for a bit and see what comes up. But I quite like gaining the food early, and being able to reset this tray with some extra food is powerful. Especially when you've got Grebe as well, and you can draw multiple of those and then keep digging from the deck. It's really, really good. So Tree Swallow. Okay, so they're going to do lots of drawing, lots of tucking. That makes sense. Let's do the gamble. So spend the fish on the reset. That's what we wanted. Some lovely, lovely Nectar, so we can discard one, turn that into yet more food, and that is definitely a relief. So yeah, let's get the Grebe down and we'll dig. And field columns for first send around is never ideal, but I think we should have a shot at being able to at least qualify for that. Just hopefully need to find a half decent grassland bird that's going to be worth playing, and we'll get ourselves some extra points. It's almost impossible to get to 2 field columns, so as long as you get to 1, you know, you're going to get tie at the very least and take some points off your opponent. So I think this is one that is often worth going for, as long as you can find something worthwhile. And may well be my opponent does the same. I'm sure they want to get the rough down in the grasslands, and of course finding that Forest Brown power to go up here, maybe get some food going, is going to be key, because they've kind of already got the card access sorted. I think Tree Swallow is super, super nice to get early on, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I think we've got our own plan sorted. It's just going to depend really what we can find from the deck. Alright, it's background to our turn. They drew cards, no surprises really. We are just going to go ahead and get this Grebe down. It's a little bit tempted to take food with the feeder in such a re-rollable condition. I think I might wait if my opponent plays a forest bird and sort of signals that they're about to take food, they could easily just take food and ditch one of these cards, and obviously get 2 anyway. But considering that, in all likelihood, if I draw something good that I want to play, I'm probably going to want to take food before playing it anyway. I don't think it's too bad to grab more food and hopefully get more nectar while I'm at it. So they're still drawing. We are going to do the same. And I say we're going to spend the food here because I don't like this tray. I like that one a whole lot more. So much better options here. Booby is excellent because we've got a terrible bonus card. So that gives us an option to recycle and get some better ones. Grebe is ordinarily pretty good, but we've already got a different kind of grebe that's going to do some work for us. So I might grab this night heron with the extra food generation we're getting. Should be a big point score, but we can always grab that with the grebe after. So let's see what we get off the deck first. Wow, okay, we're just going all on these bonus cards, are we? Booby and Puffin. Super early to get those, but definitely nice. Yeah, do I still take the night heron? I don't think Goldeneye's going to get a look in here. Considering they're not really going grass. So let's take the night heron. Let's ditch this Goldeneye. And okay, they might want that woodpecker as the brown power for the forest, but yeah, I think we just go and take food again. Not really getting these grass and birds coming up, which is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, assuming we can find something, we'll draw again now, and then we've still got a turn to take food and play it, and even a spare turn after that. So definitely not a bad position to be in. But yeah, okay, this might be one of those games, and I think sometimes in Wingspan it's key early on to kind of work out what kind of game it's going to be. Is it going to be an engine game, or is it just going to be a let's get all the big point birds and play them kind of game? And it feels like it's the latter, because yeah, Puffin Booby, as I say, this night heron, and white no powers and a brown goal as well. Actually, that definitely lines up well with these two. So may want to play them earlier than I would ordinarily go for. I think normally you kind of save these for the late game, get your brown powers done early. But as I say, if it's not an engine game, then maybe we just play the big pointers, see what bonus cards we get. Hope for like Fishery Manager, Wetland Scientist. Those will be the key. So it looks like, yeah, my opponent's still drawing cards, so they're going quite aggressive. Yeah, did pick up the woodpecker. I think that's sensible. Pretty straightforward to play that, take food, and then play the rough, and you've got a million cards to tuck under that. So that feels like their game plan. What is our game plan going to be? I think we keep spending this food. I want to see new trays, and that painted bunting is definitely good. So it's just going to be bonus cards. Do we pick up the nuthatch? Yeah, why not? I mean, maybe we do hit this pass through specialist if we've got a couple of those, and then can recycle that bonus card as well. So we'll go off the top again. Okay, well, oh, what is this game? Okay, so maybe that's another grasses play. I think I do still want this painted bunting, but let's pick it up afterwards. Okay, we're just getting some crazy birds here. What do I get rid of? What do I get rid of? I think I want all of these. I mean, I'm going to need this woodpecker because I'm going to need all the food in the world to play these big pointers. Killdeer. I think Killdeer probably is still worth playing. Which normally is a no-brainer. But as I say, it doesn't really feel like an engine game. But I'm going to need eggs. I can lay eggs. I can discard cards to get more eggs, and then discard those eggs to get more cards. That makes sense. I do kind of want both of these, though. So what's the odd one out? Is it just this night heron? Would I rather have the nuthatch than the night heron? I think, in all honesty, I probably would. So let's pick up these. We'll ditch the night heron. Because I think at the moment we've already kind of got these wetland spots at a premium, and actually getting some good stuff for the forest and the grasslands just gives us more options, and if we do find, I don't know, like Woodstalk and stuff like that later in the game, which it wouldn't surprise me given the stuff we've been drawing so far, it's good to have spaces for those available. So we'll see what we can do. But yeah, I think for now we'll take food and see where that takes us. So there goes the woodpecker. We're going to draw, we're going to grab all the nectars. We'll spend one, and I think we can do like worm seed here. And I'm sort of thinking play the painted bunting now, and then lay eggs. And I mean, it's kind of weird because we don't have house rules, but I'm sort of like mandating house rules on myself here. Maybe do I not want to take all the nectar? Maybe do I want to take some of that as not nectar, so that I can play Killdeer now and then lay eggs and play the painted bunting next time? That might make more sense. So let's do the old back out of the game trick. And yeah, we're going to get that feeder to look at again. So I think the right play here is to do worm, take this one as a nectar, and then when we discard the nectar, we can do worm and seed. And actually, to be honest, I mean, maybe it means we can play, maybe we'd rather play the nuthatch first next round and get more food going. Or actually, probably this, to be honest. Yeah, that actually makes a whole lot more sense. So I think we definitely want to do Killdeer this round. So let's do like that. And yeah, we'll be able to do Killdeer now with the next. So we'll lay eggs. I think we'll play Woodpecker next round. I mean, maybe we'll lay eggs again. It's kind of going to depend if some good stuff comes up in the tray, and we are going to be ready with Killdeer, of course. Lots of nectar coming up for them, but they will only need 2 for the rough. But yeah, I think we've got a bit of a plan where we play the Killdeer, we lay some eggs, get the food generation. I mean, this is going to be a crazy good forest where we're getting like 5 food a turn, so playing these big pointers, not going to be a problem. And we should be able to get, I reckon, 3 down in the next round. I might be ambitious. 2 at the very least. That might be enough to win the end of round goal anyway, so we'll pay close attention. But I think we'll be in a good position regardless. So yeah, 2 notes being grabbed. No surprise. Killdeer going down. So yeah, there's 3 birds worth a collected total of 2 points. It is what you want early on in the game, so it's not really showing on the scoreboard yet, but as I say, later on when we get these bonus card birds down, it will. So rough, no surprises there. Let's lay some eggs. I don't think I want any of these. We'll go for the top. This is where we're going to draw like a raven or something. Not quite. More wetland birds that I don't need. But yeah, this rough. This is going to be so good throughout the game. Plenty of tucks, plenty of points, plenty of card cycles. So got to watch out for that. Seems to be coming up against rough quite a few times recently. It is definitely a powerful bird that you've got to watch out for, I think, in any game of Wingspan. So we'll see what they find with that. The good news for us, as I say, is that we've kind of already found some good stuff, and that always helps to kind of get that going early on. So yeah, all about unlocking more food access and points as the game goes on. So we do tie on the end of round goal, and we've got a great blue heron in the tray, which I like a lot. Already got some great double play options for the wetland, so we'll go ahead and we'll just pick that up. No questions asked. And another big pointer, so okay, this game is it's giving us all the options, so I certainly don't mind finding birds like this. Black red star has popped up, which could be interesting. These kind of teal powers, always nice. Another one for the bonus card. We have got to sort of think about this. It will depend. If the nuthatch bonus card is good and all these other ones we get are good, then probably this one will be the one when we get maybe extra options to discard on the booby. But I think, honestly, try and play the booby as late as possible. Give yourself multiple options, because sometimes you draw three good bonus cards and discard 2 terrible ones, so something to be aware of. Think carefully about. So it looks like more food gaining, so maybe they've already found some good stuff to play. I think the red star would be really good for them, so it's sort of tempting to block. Whenever you're sort of stacking teal powers together, it normally ends well. But they're not going for it, so if they're not going for it, I think I've got other things that I want to be getting on with, like playing birds, drawing some bonus cards, and hoping that they're good, but all the while going for this end of round goal. So yeah, we should be able to do, I think, if we do the woodpecker, We can get food a couple of times, and I think we could probably play the painted bunting and then also do a heron into puffin double play. Depends how much nectar we get, because that's a lot of fish we're going to need there. So, yeah, we're going to have to be careful on the food cost. But woodpecker going down, very nice. And yeah, we have got some extra cards. I think probably, I think I'll throw Savvy here. Because let's think about this. If I take food twice, I'm going to get 10 food. So I'll have 12 in total. Double play plus painted bunting is it's only 8, so we are going to have some extras. We are going to have a bit of flex. But I think the idea is I want to play the painted bunting and then lay eggs, so that I'm able to throw either cards or food, just get more eggs going and actually allow me to do the double play. So, that's a problem I wasn't quite anticipating. Missing Nectar. Birdfeeder's having a little bit of fun with us this game. But not to worry. I'm imagining if they've just laid eggs, they're going to play another bird. So let's... I don't really want this rat. But I think I'll take it just to give me more re-rolling opportunities on the next turn. So, yeah, that's a definite shame there. But nothing we can't work around. Missing 1 food. Far from the end of the world. So yeah, still 4 turns left we can do. I think actually now we'll just take food. I don't want to risk losing that reroll. Or losing the opportunity to get nectar. So what are they doing? Okay, we're not the ones to find the raven. They are. So okay. That's never what you want to see with the great card access and card cycle. But yeah, okay. So I think we do just take food again here. I mean, I know I'm not at risk of the the bird feeder reroll, I suppose, but I kind of wanted to play the painted bunting and then ditch the oyster catcher. Maybe I do that because I think food is more precious than cards here. So let's get this down. To be honest, we don't even really need to double play. We might be okay just getting away with just playing puffin or just playing woodcock or just playing nuthatch. So we'll kind of see. Hopefully a good bonus card here. Okay, Forester. Definitely works. I don't think Bird Counter will because we're not really, as I said, going for the engine. But Forester, we're going to get 4 off at least. And it's good to see that now because it means Woodcock. I know I need to put that in the grasses instead, so I'm not blocking the Forester there. So yeah, I think we're going to get absolutely mullered on Nectar with this Raven. But we have got a good forest. So if the Nectar shows up, which I really hope it does. Okay, Purple Martin now as well. Just going classic grasses engine. But no, I was going to lay some eggs. Let's not forget what I was going to do. Yeah, if the Nectar shows up for us on the bird feeder, we might be able to push a little bit there. So don't need to block the red start anymore. Because I don't know, I suppose it could still be of interest with the Raven being able to discard eggs off it. But I think when you're going Grasslands engine, I think you look for something maybe better than that. So we'll see if they pick that up. That might be one I come to regret later, but yeah, definitely not finding that engine stuff. Feckless Luck, in theory could work because we have got good food access and wouldn't mind a few extra eggs, but I don't think, as I say, I don't think we're going to be laying eggs to the points. It's kind of laying eggs to get eggs to play birds, but also use the killdeer for the card access and hopefully just keep finding nice big point birds to play. So 3 turns left. We'll kind of see what my opponent has got cooking, but yeah, I think at best they can play 2 birds to the centre of our god. They might be able to double play. But it's gonna be tricky because they've not got many eggs. They're gonna have to spend some of those eggs. Yeah, I think they're throwing food to get more eggs, which does kind of signal that they might be wanting to double play. But then they're not gonna have enough cards for the rough, so they have to draw. Okay, they didn't take the red star, so don't feel too bad. But yeah, if they double play, then I want to make sure I've double played in order to match that. So let's draw some food, please. Where is all the nectar? We are desperately crying out for some nectar here, so hopefully we will get this reroll on the woodpecker now. Okay, just about, and it has given us some fish at least, so we can double play. But you know, normally when you're doing heron into puffin, you're expecting to spend 5 nectar there, and I'm going to spend 0, which is unfortunate, but nothing we can't work around. So I think we'll do like that. Because we are going to want some seeds as well for perhaps this nuthatch later on, so remains to be seen. Probably have to lay eggs anyway, considering we're not going to have any after we double play. But yeah, probably nuthatch next, bit more food, get this woodcock going in the grasslands. Any other big point birds we can find, definitely will be keeping an eye out there. So it looks like, is this card drawing? I'm pretty sure they only had 3. So maybe they, yeah, maybe they want to hold their cards close to their chest, figuratively and literally. So yeah, now they're on 5. So probably play 1 bird. But I think we still want to double play it just to be sure, just to be safe, rather than get caught with our pants down. So let's play and hopefully get a fishery manager. Okay, Uologist, probably take that. Gonna have to be careful that we actually have the eggs down. At least the last end around goal sort of incentivized us to do that anyway. So yeah, I don't think Falconer. That just feels like much more of a gamble halfway through the game, more than halfway through the game, to be honest, in terms of turns. And we don't have any of those. Yeah, I think the Uologist feels safer, so we'll have to do some egg laying. But it'll be worth some extra points, so yeah, 3-0 so far, but I'm hoping these two at least, we should be able to get 10 points between them. Pastoring Specialist might be a bit more difficult. But we're sort of starting to get points on the boards now, at least through these big point birds we're playing, being able to compete on these end around goals as well. That next one's going to be interesting. Might need to be able to play 3 birds in order to push on that. Horned lark, okay, not a bird I was expected to see. So nothing on this end around goals. So that's good. That's positive. Big win for us. But yeah, horned lark. Well, we've already played 2 grassland birds. I might play 2 more. I'm not too worried. This kind of smells like they got bird. Oh no, I was going to say they got bird counter, but didn't I have bird counter? I'm sure I don't know if I'm like misremembering. I'm sure that was the pick with Forrester. So yeah, that's actually useful information, because I 100% look at this board and just assume it's a bird counter play. So maybe it's Ethologist, maybe it's just, you know, playing more birds to kind of push out the grass as another spot and get some extra eggs. But yeah, definitely not the scariest bird to see go down in a Raven grassland. So a win on the end of round goal, very nice. Coming to the next round. That says Phoebe would be very tasty if I can get my hands on that. Certainly helps out on the old Uologist. And of course that last in a round goal. So yeah, no cup nests for them so far. We have got 2. So I think we're doing all right on these end around goals. And it was often advice I used to give on the base game was, when you're up against a Raven, especially something like Raven Martin, Strong Grasslands, go for the end around goals, go for bonus cards. Well, we're kind of doing that here. Not really sure if it still applies on Oceania, because I feel like going for bonus cards is sort of good anyway, regardless of what sort of game you're in and what you're playing against. But yeah, going for the end of round goals here, as I say, could work out for us. Okay, Says Phoebe's been left, and that's good news. I think we take that. I think we do take that, and I think I was toying with the idea of playing Thecla's Lark, but I think we don't. I think that's a bit silly, so we'll get rid of you, lay some eggs, and see what else we find. What is going on? Okay, well, there's Kakapo. I was going to say, like, we're just getting every Every bonus card bird under the sun. This is insane. I've never seen anything quite like this. But Kia's popped up. Yeah, I don't think that Kakapo will be there for too much longer. It's normally snaffled up pretty quickly whenever it appears in the tray, and I think certainly when you go Raven, you want stuff for your forest, and you want bonus card birds, and drawing 4 and keeping 1. Really, really good. So yeah, no surprises. That's gone. But all right, yeah, I suppose it's a story of prioritization now. Like, do I even care about this woodcock? I'm not sure I do. I've got other things I want to play. I've got other things to worry about. So the Says Phoebe could be a good one to play this round because it gets me some eggs to play more birds, and it then lets me play more birds, and it counts as playing a bird for the centre round goal. So I'm sort of wondering if I could do like play Nuthatch and Phoebe and either Kia or Booby or something else, some combination of the above. But in which case I think it's then worth... Is it worth laying eggs again, or do we just take food? I'm really worried that this feed is just going to screw me over again. And not give any nectar, so... I think ideal situation, we take food, we play Phoebe, we play Nuthatch, we've then still got 2 turns left. Maybe we can lay eggs again. How would that then look? We lay eggs, we take food. I suppose when we play the Nuthatch, we get food back. So we could still afford to do like Phoebe and Booby or Phoebe and Kia. But I sort of want to save that for the end, because they don't know I've got this, and I could definitely snag the Grass's Nectar out of nowhere with that. So let's ditch this woodcock. I think we're going for bonus cards this game. So you can go, and let's see what else comes up. All right, significantly worse birds, but sometimes you need some terrible birds in your hand because you got to discard some stuff. You got to make difficult decisions like the one we just made, and yeah, those decisions are a whole lot easier when you've got birds like this in your hand. So we'll get rid of those. And yeah, I think we do Nuthatch, Phoebe, and then we see. If we need to play another bird, I'm hoping we can be in a position to play Booby. But if we're going to win the end of round goal anyway, I think we wait and we save the Booby and go for that later. But it sort of just depends. It depends. I think in theory they could get to 3 if they laid eggs and then had enough nectar. But then they're crossing the rough. And this is the thing. This wetland started off really nice. Tree swallow, as I said at the time, top tier bird to open up with. But when you don't add anything to it, and you're sort of in late round 3 as we are now, and you're only drawing 2 each time, and you've got to feed a ruff, and you've got to feed a martin, and you've got to play birds, it's very, very easy to run out. So that may be the case here. So yeah, more egg laying. Did they just throw a card as well? Pretty sure I just said they got 5. Yeah, because they're not throwing nectar. We shall see. Is this a good time to play the Nuthatch because it uses up the rats? Do I want to save the rats for the Kia? I think I probably do. So let's take food, please. Thank you. I mean, what is this? Like, no nectar's coming up at all. This is kind of wild. But I think, as much as I don't want to be grabbing rats, if this just gives me more options on a reroll to maybe get some more nectar. So I think we're going to do it, please. Thank you. Okay, that's a little bit more like it. So we can, in theory, I think, do all the plays. So we can do, might take a bit of overpaying, but we can certainly do Nuthatch, grab a worm, play the Phoebe with the 3 worms. We've then still got a nectar and a couple of rats, which can force down this Booby if we need to. But as I say, if we don't need to, I'd rather not. And I'd rather spend the turn laying eggs, prepare for this Oologist, and then next round, I think there's definitely a situation in that final round where we just take food 3 times, we play Booby, and then we do a Monster Kia, and and just look at as many cards as we can and try and win this Grass's Nectar. So that's going to be important. But we're flexible, so we'll wait and see. But looks like there is some card drawing going on over here. So this is dangerous when they're laying eggs, but as I said, when they're drawing cards and it's only 1 point, you know, my Grasslands isn't the best, but it is still at least 2 points when I am seeing those cards. And certainly the food access helps out a lot. So we're going to win the Forest Nectar easily with the Lorikeet. I'm certainly hoping that with a nice Nectar dump late in the game, Kia can help us out as well. So yeah, Druid cards. I think we do Nuthatch here, and I think we do it like that. So let's see what we get on the bonus card. Site Selection Expert. Okay, not exactly my favourite, but we are scoring a point from it, which is more than could be said for Passerine. So yeah, I think that would have to take some very creative play to get more than the 1 point, but such is life. Such is life, unfortunately. So yeah, I think we'll go ahead and play the Seas Phoebe. Because it's unlikely at this stage that we're going to find another Cup Nest to play to get another point out of that. So, okay, Dunnock going down. That's interesting. Must be for the Cup Nest. I suppose we have laid eggs a couple of times, so that might be something to think about if we do choose to lay eggs. But right, yeah. So I'm pretty sure with that 2 Nectar, you're going to play another bird. So I think we will have to be ready to do the Booby, but that was what the prep was for, making sure that we had the right food. So we'll go Triple Worm on the Phoebe, and just the 3 eggs, which is definitely not as many as many Phoebe plays would get, but they're all important. They're all going to be useful and helpful for scoring points on the end of round goal. That next one, hoping for this end of round goal. But yeah, this is really tricky because I think we're drawing some okay bonus cards. These 2 at least. I'm not sure about this one, but we're just not scoring many points off them, and it's definitely hurting us on the scoreboard. So yeah, if Booby could deliver in a big way, I mean, we're looking for Fishery Manager, we're looking for Wetland Scientist, we're looking for those kind of bonus cards. Ecologist. Oh yeah, there's the Kakapo. That shouldn't surprise me too much. But yeah, we've really got to get something good here. So let's play Booby. What can you find? Okay, Wetland Data, Ethologist, Large Birds. Okay. Well, I think Large Birds has probably got a better shot at that than Passerine. But not much. Ethologist is a good find. Wetland Data is so tricky. We just played a Booby and we got to find something bigger, I suppose. No, not even Grey Heron is bigger, so... Am I gonna hit Large Birds more? Less likely than Wetland Data. I think probably more likely, so I think we'll ditch those 2. Oologist, we'll have to wait and see. I suppose if our legs twice more, then we might be able to hit that, but it's going to be tight. It's going to be really, really tight, so... yeah, I just don't see myself scoring points off either of these 2, so... Okay, find. I was definitely hoping for better there, so... Still at least have this Kia. And that's going to need to deliver in a big way. So 67, okay, it's starting to look a bit better. I suppose the Nectar swing. Oh, actually, they are looking better in the forest. So that is a concern. We've got to watch out for that, but... Yeah, win this end around goal. We're looking alright, I think. We're looking alright for that last one, but it is going to be... is going to be uncertain, because they could just get a couple of cup nests out of nowhere. And not sure there's much we can do to react to that. So, and yeah, I want to lay eggs, but now with this Dunnock out, I'm going to want to be really careful that I don't lay eggs too many times. I think, did we just see a golden eagle? Yeah, okay. So that helps on large birds between that and the Kia, so that's 3 extra points. Could, in theory, on site selection, if I put in the grasslands. That might just work. So I lay eggs, I take food, play the eagle. I think the issue is it's gonna cost me on Ologist. I'm not sure, because I think if I'm going to take food and play the Kia, that's 2 turns, and it leaves me with 1 egg. So I would then have to lay eggs twice, skipping the killdeer. Yeah, maybe that's better. But then again, it's laying eggs and sort of feeding into the Dunnock. I mean, the golden eagle is a big point play in its own right, so it's got that going for it. And maybe if I'm only going to score 3 off Urologist anyway, this sort of makes up for that in a sense. I think I'll pick it up. So I'll get rid of this grey heron. It's sort of tempting to ditch the rat, and it's kind of silly because I need the rat to play the eagle, but I think I might need it if I discard. Yeah, I might have to legs again anyway. And then I think that only gives me 1 turn taking food. No, let's keep the rat. Let's keep the rat. So let's take this golden eagle. And I think this kestrel will throw that for food. So, this is definitely this is a really tricky end game. This is really, really tricky because there's Nectar to contend with as well. Like, golden eagle could be better to play than the wetlands, just to get the Nectar swing there. Maybe the Kia, I need extra Nectar to get a Nectar swing there. And I've got all these bonus cards to contend with. So, yeah, I think this is far from obvious. It could very, very heavily depend on what food we get when we do take food and re-roll the feeder. But I think potentially we take food twice. Because if we take food twice and play the eagle and the Kia, we're only going to have one bird with a cup nest down, so I think I'm going to have to lay eggs. But then the issue is I'm only going to have 5 eggs, which isn't enough. Urologist, at which point laying eggs the second time is worth it. Yeah, I have a feeling our best play maybe just take food, play the Kia, and lay eggs a couple of times, but lots of options. We'll have to see which one we go with in the end. Alright, it's back onto our turn. Opponent drawing cards, which, yeah, I don't mind that late in the game. Does kind of signal they've maybe not got as many options to choose from as we do. So yeah, I think this is really tricky. It might even not be worth playing the Kia, to be honest, because golden eagle hits site selection. It's 3 more points, and if I'm going to lay eggs twice afterwards, got a good chance of getting a couple more points off that. So you could be looking for a 6-point bonus card off Kia just to make it worthwhile. But as I said, we're going to take food. We're going to see what's going on with this bird feeder. We're just not getting any nectar at all. We really need one here. Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Okay, so we're not playing Kia, but we are going to play golden eagle. And legs twice, and I think that's all we can do here. I think that's all we can do. So could maybe look at taking foods. Take food, play the Kia, lay eggs. I think the Golden Eagle play is safer, but yeah, some of these bird feeder rerolls have been pretty brutal, and you can run into this problem I think sometimes in Oceania. It's why Raven's so good, because you just guarantee yourself the nectar each time. But definitely, yeah, your game can be made or broken based on rolling a few dice and hoping that the right faces come up. And it feels like pretty consistently throughout this game they have not, which is definitely a shame. But so play the eagle. I have 3 eggs left, and yeah, I think we'll do 2 lots of egg laying for hopefully 5 points if the eagle hits. We are of course going to give one away to our opponent as well, but if we score if we will just. And yeah, real mixed bag across the piece. Definitely, having played 4 bonus card birds, I think I would have expected to find better stuff, so hopefully it won't cost us later. Alright, back onto our turn here. Opponent laying eggs, grabbing their easily obtained nectar. Totally not jealous. And it's time for the eagle. As I say, we're going to play that. Use up these rats that we were able to acquire. And hey look, we got 2 points off site selection expert now, so making do with that. 82 points. Oof, yeah, it's going to be tight if we like just barely squeak over 100. I feel like a Raven Martin board, still with this Cacapo to come as well. I feel like that's, I would expect on the surface to be scoring over 100, but who knows? Only 1 bonus card in hand. They'll get another one off Cacapo. I'm definitely sweating that they've got a really strong play, like a Woodstock or something in here. So I wait with bated breath on that. Because yeah, otherwise, I mean, yeah, I suppose their grasslands activations aren't that strong either. They're laying 3 eggs and then discarding 1, get the tuck on the Martin. It is only 3 points each time. The big concern is that they will play something in the wetlands, and the nectar swing there's going to be huge. They'll gain 5, we lose 3, 8-point swing. And there's nothing we could do about it because that nectar's just not been coming up. So yeah, that's where the real danger is, I think, at this point. And on to our next turn. Opponent still laying eggs, gathering more nectar. This is ominous for nectar and supply. But we are going to, yeah, lay some eggs. So we'll ditch a food. We'll ditch a card next time. Actually, I suppose we can just ditch the card now. Sorry, Kia. Would love to have played you, but not this time. Please, Golden Eagle. Thank you very much. And yeah, skip this kill it. We don't need. We don't need the cards. Rather keep the egg. And yeah, we can discard food on the next turn. So it's all right. These last couple of turns. I was doing a bit of calculating. If the eagle hits both times, it's 5 points each time for 10 points. But we get 6 off the Urologist. We lose 2 to the Dunnock. So it's still 14 points across 2 turns, 7 points a turn. I think you take that for your last 2 turns of the game. So all in all, kind of not bad, that sequence of playing the eagle and laying eggs twice. You know, I think that was a 7-point play in itself, the eagle with the site selection expert. So a few 7-point turns at the end. Not too bad, but definitely could have been better, definitely could have been more. I had such high hopes for that Kia. Sadly not to be. 1 more turn, laying eggs for us coming up. Opponent doing the same. 5 nectar now, clearly not content with the 4. Is that going to be a double play or something then? Have to watch out for that. There's nothing we can do except lay eggs ourselves. So it looks like we're going to end up with one egg on each bird, which is very nice. Please, Golden Eagle, thank you. You understood the assignment coming in as late as you did. And yeah, with the end of round goal, it looks like we are just about going to get over 100. But oh, I don't know. I honestly don't know if it's going to be enough. I think if there's good bonus card here, if the Cacapo, oh, Starling, okay, didn't expect that. but that would definitely win the Nectar race in the wetlands, which I was worried about as well. So a few strong teal powers here. 4 points with the Nectar swing. Adding on to that as well, 3 points with the rough. And I think 3 with the Dunnock. So strong teals and a strong yellow power and the Kakapo coming in as well. So yeah, if there's good bonus cards here, we are in trouble, but we have done well on these end of round goals, which is nice. And yeah, did what we could. I'm so glad we at least just qualified on 2 of these Nectars, because that could have been a whole lot worse if we didn't get the Nectar spent early. So we did, and that's good. So even though we lost, picking up the 2 points there, absolutely vital. So slight edge there for my opponent, but how will that translate into the scores? I've got no idea. We sort of know roughly where we are, but yeah, we're going to need to build a lead here through the birds and the bonuses. So bit of a lead there. Only 7 on the bonuses for them, so 16 for us. We are holding on for now. I'll say end of round goal strong. Eggs probably quite even, because we both did have some sort of grasslands. Tucks is where they are going to be strong. We've really got to watch out here. Nectar points at the end. How close is this game going to be? Oh, doesn't get much closer than that. But we will take the win. 102 to 101. Oh, a big old sigh of relief there, because that could have easily gone a different way. So let's take a look at these bonus cards. Nest Box Builder, definitely a good find off the Kakapo. Slightly better one, and you changed the result there, but 4 points. I don't think you complain too much about. Forest Data Analyst, definitely tricky, but Kakapo's super helpful there. So, oh boy, yeah, definitely swung and missed on a few of these bonus cards, and that could very well have cost us this game. Golden Eagle saving us. Thank you very much for hitting on those 2 turns, because those 2 tucks did get us over the line and get us the win here, which we definitely needed, because that was a tough game. That was a real slog up against the Raven. Of course, we had killed her ourselves, but definitely a tricky one. Definitely one I'm glad to have won. So there we go, very tense finish. Hopefully you enjoyed watching that one. Of course, if you want to see more games from this Wingspan World Cup, then you can hit the subscribe button. You'll get notified when more come out. And I look forward to seeing you in another video very, very soon.